Here we go. We have a question closest prime number in a range. So if we have given two positive integers left and right. We need to find two integers nums1 and nums2 such that the nums1 and nums2 within the range of left to right, and number a should be less than b, and both number must be prime. The difference between these two numbers is as minimum as possible. We need to return integer array answer which contains number 1 and number 2. If there are multiple answers, we need to just return the smallest num1 value, and if the answer is not possible, just return -1 -1. So we have given range between 10 to 19, and prime number in the range are 11, 13, 17 and 19, right? So we need to find two numbers who has the minimum distance amongst them. So between 11 and 13 we have distance 2, so this is the smallest. Till now between 13 to 17 we have 4, so which is more. Then 17 to 19 the distance is 2, but we already have a value 2, so that's why we only return value 11 and 13. Then in this case we don't have any prime number, we don't have any two prime number within this given range, so that's why we need to return -1 and -1. So let's build the approach. Suppose left is given as 17 and right, what is the constraint? So constraint is very large, so let me take a very large value here, right? So I have taken these two values. Then we need to find the two prime number within that range. So we will write a for loop between 17 to 7869 and both including, right? So we will check, is 17 a prime number? If this is a prime number, so we need to find two prime number first and second. Initially its value is -1, its value is -1. So we will check, is 17 a prime number? Yes. So we store it into our first we need to store it into our first variable. Then we are on to the next value. Next value is 18. Is 18 a prime number? No. Is 19 a prime number? Yes. So before storing it into the second variable, one thing, we don't need second variable, we can utilize only single variable. So 19 is a prime number, so we need to find the distance between these two. So initially distance is positive infinity, and the difference between these two values is 2, so we will store it, the difference is 2. Then we will store the answer which is 17 and 19. Then we will store it into 19 into here. Then we are on to next number. 20 is prime, 20 is not prime, 21 not prime, 22 not prime, 23, I think 23 is a prime number. So we will check the difference between these two numbers. So the difference is 4, which is greater than this value, so we will not update our answer, and we goes on, and we need to update our first variable. And whenever we find a value, so whenever we are on to I, we check if I is a prime number. If I is a prime number, then we check the distance between I minus first. So this is our if condition. This is my second number, this is my first number. Second minus first is less than difference, the difference between these two number is less, so we will update, and we will store first and I, right? Then we can update our first value which is equal to I. As simple as that. So this is a very simple question. Let's quickly code this. So we need answer, and it contains two values. Initially the values are -1 and -1. Then we iterate from left to right. If this is not prime, we simply ignore it. We are on to the next number, and let's write the prime function. Let's say x. If x is less than 2, this is not then I hope you already know that the factors are in the range of under root of n. So we will check if x if I can divide x and we go to 0, it means this is a factor and this is not a prime number, else this is a prime number. So after finding this, we also need okay, we need first, which is -1, and we need minimum difference. So initially difference is maximum value. If first is not initialized yet, so initialize first value to I and find the next value. Our first is there, so find the distance. If this difference, if the current difference is less, so first of all save it and update your answer, which is first and I, then include this number into first, just return the answer, and let's run this. Yes, we have an error here. So let's run this, let's submit this. Yes, submitted, fine. Now let's discuss about the time complexity and space complexity also. So what is time complexity? As we are using this for loop, this is r, this is my l. So first of all r minus l, then inside this we are checking our prime. So prime will do the work in under root of x, so let's say under root of I, and this is our time complexity, right? Or we can also write under root of r in the worst case. And space, I think we are not utilizing any space, so it is constant. And that's all.